With a KSL weather watch with some potentially severe storms moving in this weekend, first responders around the state are bracing for some potentially deadly flooding.
Most of the time we hear when people get washed out, it's usually not a good outcome.
And while they're ready to jump into action tonight, they're trying to get the word out so they don't have to. In fact, flood watches are already in effect for places like the Silver King Burn Scar in St. George and in Zion National Park.
And there's good reason to get the word out early. Just to show you why, look at this here. This is Zion National Park and what the river usually looks like right here. But in a flash, it could turn into, here we go, that right there. So you can just see how much water could be racing down.
Yeah, and too often that has fatal results. Tonight, news specialist Andrew Adams spoke to search and rescue crews in the region as they warn visitors. Andrew?
Now, their message, know the forecast and know your surroundings. These thunderstorms can hit and cause real problems in slot canyons.
There's slot canyons down in the Santa Fe where the storm could be a good 15, 20 miles away.
In Emery County, eyes are on the skies.
That amount of water gathering over that acreage really adds up and can cause a lot of problems.
Thunderstorms dumping within range of slot canyons are almost always bad news.
When people get washed out, it's usually not a good outcome.
That's why volunteer searchers have been warning visitors this week about the dangers.
The lack of visibility and not knowing what the forecast is will be what gets them.
Greg Jukes says rescues in these conditions present their own challenges.
More difficult to send guys into a slot canyon when we know there's weather coming. So there's usually ropes involved. It ends up being a high angle lift.
Still, Jukes says rescuers will respond.
If somebody's in there, we will go in.
Even though the conditions are hazardous.
Got a lot of good guys that put a lot on the line for people that they don't know.
Well, in addition to knowing the forecast and your surroundings, rescuers also urge people to check in with locals and rangers. They say oftentimes they're the experts on where to go and where not to go. Back to you.
That's right. And Andrew, they do put a lot on the line for these rescues. Thanks.